Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, that happened fast. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday to all of you watching this morning. Hang on one second. I want to be able to see your comments. Just love when it does that wonderful stuff. But anyway, good morning, everyone. We're talking about courage this morning, and I am so excited to be on with you. As you can see, I'm having some fun technical stuff going on. So let's see if I can get back to what I need over here. There we go. I think. Good morning. Can you all, those of you that are watching, can you, if you're on, just say good morning. One quick second. Hi, Eileen. Good morning. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. Mwah. Since I've seen you. Good morning. Happy start of the holidays to everyone watching. So this morning we're talking about courage, and for the last few weeks I have been prepping you to complete 2020 and small baby steps to starting to do 2021, and I have a whole philosophy around that. Those of you that have been on our gratitude party or been in our group coaching calls, one of the things that the decision I've personally made, and if it resonates with you, go with it. I want to complete 2020 and try to keep as much of 2020 and 2020 as possible and not bring 2021 too much yet into 2020. I almost want a brand new clean slate, separation. A little bit of separation goes a long way, I think, based on the fun and interesting year that we've had. So good morning, everyone. Those of you watching, I love that you are all on and saying good morning to each other. And if you can, and you're joining us, thanks to those of you that shared this last week. That was really just touched my heart. And so if you're watching and you can start a watch party or tag a friend or share with someone else. One of the things that I realized, looking at our lives and the group and the family that we have is just the space that gets created for people to be supported, to think differently, to know that their wild and crazy dreams have a place and there's a community and a person who gets them. So for those of you that have been sharing and inviting into our groups and tagging, thank you. Please, those of you that are watching this morning, continue to share. Bless someone this morning with this message, right? So we're going to talk about courage as we wrap up 2020, and I had made a post in our Money Attraction Challenge Facebook group, and if you are watching and you're not in that group, please get there. Get yourself there. Just listen to the name of it. Money Attraction Community. Money Attraction Community. If you're not there, type it in Facebook, find the group, get yourself in. But I made a post and I said, today's your day. I can talk about anything that you want me to talk about. And the very first person that responded, Nadine from Jamaica. So if you're watching, this was all you, because it really inspired me to think of myself and everyone else watching. And her suggestion was, can you share something that can help us finish 2020 really strong? And I sat and I thought about that, and I thought, there's so much that I could say, but the one thing that I feel will really propel us is if we can take an act of courage. So your final act for 2020, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to taper off my activities, starting to get ready for the holidays. I need 2 whole weeks to just be in the spirit of the holiday and relax and refuel and rejuvenate. So I'm really already starting to taper off, right? And so when Nadine suggested this, I was like, all right, that's it. What is my one final act? What is your one final act of courage that you can take? So really this is for you, for me, for you, but so that you feel like 2020, you ended like a champion. So one of the things that I was thinking, it's like, this had me thinking about courage and what we perceive courage to be. So it's like, I want to finish strong. I want to be the champion. I want to get to the top of the mountain. And my natural tendency, I don't know about you, so if you can relate, please let me know. My natural tendency is, all right, so that means I'm going to climb the mountain. I'm going to struggle and sacrifice. I'm going to block off hours of time to take this act of courage. I'm going to use willpower. I'm going to do all this, using the analogy of climbing the mountain. I'm going to slay the dragon on the way to the top, and I'm going to suffer and sacrifice and have bruises, and I'm going to defeat the enemy that's protecting the castle at the top. And it's like drama and hard work. That's really it. It's just filled with drama and hard work to create some major result, to get to the top, to experience transformation. And I sat back and I realized, so the reason why I have not taken this act of courage is when I think about that, I go into lockdown. I go into fear. Like, I don't want to sign myself up to climb some mountain that I need to defeat the beast, overcome myself, struggle, and I don't want to do it. I don't know about you. How about you? Anybody want to sign up right now for that? You want to sign up to do that? Let me know if that's you. If that's not you, type no. So I know I'm amongst my people. That's my favorite thing, is when I know that you guys, like, we get each other. We're not signing up for that. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Nadine. You probably just joined and did not hear, but you are the inspiration for this talk this morning. How to finish 2020 strong. And we're going to take an act of courage. See, I'm amongst my people. They're like, no, Beth is like easy and relaxed. Let's do easy and relaxed to create this result. So I realize that one of the things that I teach, and this is an opportunity for me and for all of us to practice, is how about if we just decide, I'm going to get to the top. I'm going to get to the top. I'm going to do this thing. It will be manageable and I will get there. And from that decision, just like you're at the bottom of the mountain, in fear, not taking action, worrying about what people are going to say, how you're going to look, who's going to get hurt, all the things that we worry about. That's the equivalent of slaying the beast and fighting the battle and suffering and sacrificing. All of the equivalent things of that we stand at the bottom of the mountain in fear of. Another option could be just to choose. I decide I'm going to get to the top and it's going to be easy. So with that in mind, I want to share a quote with you. It says, courage doesn't mean that you don't have fear. Courage does not mean that you don't have fear. Courage means that you let go of the fear. You don't let the fear stop you. Courage means you don't let fear stop you. So to end 2020, and I said in my email, this is going to be your most powerful demonstration of your personal development for this year, because you're going to end this year, you're going to do this one thing and feel so accomplished and successful because you took this act of courage. And I am challenging you, as I'm challenging myself. Wait till you hear what I've challenged myself to do. But I'm really challenging you to think about right now, what is the one final act of 2020 that would require courage of you? So we've talked about closing cycles, and we've talked about making your list of things that you need to complete. We've done all that, and I've been really nice with all of it. But today, this morning, this is a challenge. This is, what is the thing? And you know what I love about this work is that as soon as I say it, like that little voice in your head goes, that's the thing. And you're like, does it have to be that? That's the thing, right? So what is the conversation you need to have? What is a hard conversation you need to have that you have not been having because you're in fear? You don't have any courage. What is the sorry that you need to say to someone that's going to require some courage? What is the money that you need to invest for whatever reason in yourself, in your business, invest, and you're just in fear. You're just in fear over it. And it's like, the act of courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you do it anyway, even with fear. But what I want you to realize is the reward. The reward is getting to the top of the mountain, the big mountain. The biggest wins that I've had on my journey is not manifesting a ton of money, manifesting this, manifesting that. It's when I have a win for me. So I want you guys, all of you watching, what is the win for me? And it's going to require courage, but I want you to type, what is the win for me. I'm going to have this act of courage. I'm going to take this act of courage, and it's going to make me end this year like a champion. Like I won. I did it. I overcame myself. You overcame yourself in taking this action. Wow. Jackie says, selling my brick and mortar. That is huge, Jackie. I know that's a major act of courage. You know, who do you need to say, I love you to right now that you've been holding back from? What is someone or something that you know you need to release from your life? You know, like you know, like you know. I remember a few years ago, I was with one of my coaches and we were talking through some of the things that was happening in my life. And I was sharing with her some things that my guy was saying to me, you know, and she looked at me like with this strange look on her face as if, why would you continue to have someone say stuff like that to you? And she said the simplest thing, and she just moved on. She goes, you know, we know what to do, but we won't do it. And then she just went on. And that stuck with me for 4 months before I did something about it. Well, I'm challenging you. Some of you, this has been years. You've been knowing you need to release someone or release something from your life. And it's time. This year I had to release my home. This was my sacred sanctuary, the place I loved the most. I was so attached. It was so difficult for me. And even in the end, I was like, does this even make sense? I'm saying I have to sell my house because I need new energy. I love this house. I live on almost an acre. Like with my little Jamaican self, I had my mango trees, my plantain, my banana, my ackee, my you name it, everything that makes me happy. My tropical foliage was all there. I loved it like I loved it like I loved it. I was so attached. And yet my higher self kept saying, you need to let this go. And it, you know, I probably waited a little bit too long. In the end, I did end up selling it. But the point is, some of you have been waiting a long time for some things and some people that you need to release. Well, I'm challenging you to have the courage to end this year releasing. What about doing a Facebook Live? Lots of you, coaches, mentors, you're business owners, you know Facebook has billions of people who need to know about what it is that you're doing, and you're in fear. I'm going to raise my hand. This is my act of courage. 3 years ago, my biggest fear was doing a Facebook Live. I resisted. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. Put me on a stage. I would rather pay for a location, pay to have people attend, do all of it than do a Facebook Live. Diane's watching. She knows. And finally, I did it. I did it. And now every Monday morning, in fact, I was thinking this entire year, I haven't missed a Monday. Every Monday morning at 8 a.m., I am on doing it. And so my other little frontier, my other mountain I have to climb is Instagram. And so my act of courage before the year is over is I'm going to do 5 days of Instagram lives. That's me. So you can all hold me accountable. I'm doing 5 days of Instagram lives. I have no pressure. I have no idea what I'll say. I might just get on there and show you where I'm at, and that might be it. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it afraid. What about you? What is something in your business or your career that you know you need to do, but you've been in fear? And I want to remind you, yes, Nadine, I'm calling you out, but I'm calling myself out too. So it's all good. I'm calling me out too, right? So what is something that you know you need to do, but you are in fear? Post on Facebook about your business. You know, let people know what you're doing. Write the book. I don't know what it is. Get yourself on a podcast, start a podcast, whatever it is that you've been in fear of. And usually we're in fear of what others will think. What will others think about us is our biggest fear. So I want to encourage you this morning to think about what is your final act of courage. Now, I know there's hundreds of you watching live and watching the replay, and sometimes some of you will post and some of you won't post. But this morning, I am challenging you to take this win for yourself. The best way you can hold yourself accountable is to make it public. That's why I do it. The best way to hold yourself accountable is to make your decision public. So I am challenging all of you Oh, Madonna, a one-page funnel. Yes, Lorraine, I needed to hear this. You know, Lorraine, literally, as I was writing my notes, I was like, is anybody else going to care about this the way I do? And I said, you know, God, just have one person that needs to hear this show up. So, Lorraine, you're my person. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being on and for sharing with me that you really needed to hear this. I really want to challenge you. You know, the best thing that's going to happen out of this is that you're going to end the year feeling so good. And the sooner you do it, the better. You know, like if you can get it done this week, that'll be great. You're ready for the holidays. Let's go. You ended the year like a champion. Right? So don't let courage stop you. I'm sorry, don't let fear stop you. Being courageous does not mean voila, you wake up one day and you're not afraid. You're still going to feel afraid, but you're just not going to let the fear stop you. And here's the reason why this is your biggest personal development win of the year. Once you do it, even afraid, but you do it, once you do it, you're going to realize, oh my goodness, first of all, I got over myself. I got over that obstacle. I won. I did something. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to start thinking of the next thing. And now you're going to be in momentum. And there's nothing that replaces momentum. You know how it feels to be stuck and frustrated and unfulfilled and feeling like nothing is happening for you? Well, the opposite is amazing, but it takes courage. That's it. It takes getting over yourself and being courageous. The other side, it is beautiful. It is the land of milk and honey. It really is. It's beautiful. Here I am 3 years later. Who would have ever guessed? Now you can't get me off. These are supposed to be 10 minutes every Monday morning, and they're never less than 20. So there you go. All right. I love, 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 love. Thank you, April, for telling me about my purple looking pretty on me. So those of you that are watching, you know, one other thing I want to share with you, those of you that have been in our family and our community, well, before I share that, I want everyone watching to write down these 2 dates because they're really important dates. So next Monday morning, it's December 14th. I'm not going to get into the moon and the stars and the power of the moon and the stars all aligning. Listen, I'm not a astrologist. I'm not a, star scientist. I'm none of those things. I'm a human being who knows that we live in a universe where everything correlates. Everything is energy. Everything matters. And the one thing I know, on the days when we have a new moon, it is the most powerful time to write our intentions. And so next Monday, how perfect, next Monday morning, December 14th, is the next new moon. So I want us all on here in each other's energy to write out our new moon intentions, our intentions for the next 28 days. And I love that we're ending the year and starting, a new year within this cycle. So we're going to get together next Monday morning. I want hundreds of you watching live. So invite tons and tons of friends, because the more we have in this energetic space is the more powerful it is for all of us, right? So next Monday morning at 8 a.m., we're going to write our intentions. And then December 30th, Wednesday, December 30th at 12. So 12 Eastern, middle of the day, mark your calendar off. We are going to write our intentions for 2021. So I'm going to guide you through how to write intentions in the area of finances, relationship, spirituality, and health. It's a whole process for how we write intentions. On the 30th at 12, mark your calendar. We are going to write our intentions for the whole of next year. All right. So those 2 dates I want you to mark off. And then those of you that were watching last week, and if you're just watching today, you know that, Eileen said something fun. We have an eclipse that day. So it's also really powerful. You see, these are why I have these experts. They know all these amazing things. Those of you that last week you typed manifest, I want you to type it again today. And if you did not type it last week, I want you to type it today too. Here's the thing. When you type it today, just like I have it on the screen, the word manifest, it's going to give you the opportunity to share our manifesting party with friends. So December 9th at 12 Eastern is our manifesting party. That's where we're going to make our manifested board. So on the 31st, we're going to write our intentions. And on the 9th, we're going to create a visual representation of that. Now, one of the things I learned is over the years, I would do this for people. I would lead people all over the world in doing this process. And then I would find some quiet time at home by myself and do it just me. And then I realized I was robbing myself of the magic that happened when people got together and did it. So I started to have my own little party. I would invite my 4 little friends, 3 little friends. I would go to Jamaica, have my friends over. One time I did it in the UK. I had a couple of friends over, and I realized that my boards were more powerful when I created them in the energetic space of other people who were vibrating at the same energy. Nowhere 2 or more are gathered. So I want my challenge to you is to invite as many family, friends, co-workers, aunts, uncles, whomever you can to come do this board for 2021. I want this, I want this to be our gift to the world, that we show people how powerful they all are, that they can create their lives. So all of you type manifest. If you are not already registered for the party, it's going to register you, give you all the details. And if you were registered, it's going to give you the opportunity to share it with your friends. Another thing that you can do, and this is my last thing, is I'm going to give me a chance to type this on here, tashachen.com/manifest. So let's see. There you go. That is another way that you can find the details. You can probably just share that website if that's easier for you. Type it in text, send it to your friends. Just get everybody you can registered. The more of us there that day, the higher the vibration, the higher the energy, the higher the collective consciousness of all of us combined, so that our boards are really powerful. Do this for you and do this for everybody else. All right. So that's it for me this morning. I'm really excited to hear about your act of courage. One of the things that fills my heart is when you guys post underneath the videos that you've done this, or what the result is, or you post in the group somewhere. Those of you that we are closely connected, let me know what happened for you. This brings me joy. This brings me the most joy, is when we have these conversations and then you take action. All right, so that's my challenge to you. Go take your act of courage. And then those of you that follow me on Instagram, watch out for my 5 days. I'm thinking up something fun. All right, I love you guys. Have a great rest of the Monday and rest of the week. And I'll see you next Monday morning, the 14th, for our new moon intentions at 8 a.m. Eastern. Love you guys. Bye.